banners in the wind mark the place where kings have been. Marble avenues decay, statues slowly wash away. Golden towers scrape the sky like forgotten reasons why. Flags once raised above the land slip like dust through open hands. Every promise, every law lost beneath the fatal flaw. All the glory, all the pride could not stop the turning tide. Dead empire, kings of dust, broken crowns and shattered trust. Dead empire turns to rust. Like all power, eventually must. Empty palaces remain, echoing with loss and pain. Silent halls where rulers stood, certain they were understood. History in fractured stone shows how power stands alone. Yet the walls begin to crack, and the earth is coming back. Through the ruins, through the years, something waits beyond our fears. Dead empire, kings of dust, broken crowns and shattered trust. Dead empire turns to rust. Like all power, eventually must. Every empire writes its name, certain it will always reign. But no fortress, throne or sword can command the future's course. When the old foundations fall, new voices answer the call. And beneath the broken frame, life prepares to rise again. Dead empire, kings of dust, broken crowns and shattered trust. Dead empire turns to rust, giving way to what comes next. Dead empire fades from sight, lost within the passing night. From the ruins, from the stone, something new begins to grow. Crowns are gone, walls collapse, roots are spreading through the cracks. What was ending all along may become where hope belongs.
Smoke is crawling through the sky.
Steel horizons slowly die. Cities drown in crimson light. Another ending fills the night. All the monuments we made fade into a darker shade. Sirens echo far away like the ghosts of yesterday. Every promise, every throne leaves us standing here alone. No tomorrow, no retreat, only ashes at our feet. Black sun rising over me. No horizon left to see. Black sun rising sets us free from the lies we used to need. Glass cathedrals crack and fall. Silence answers every call. Golden empires disappear, leaving only truth and fear. Through the smoke the vultures fly across the dead electric sky. Every system built to reign ends as rust beneath the rain. Through the darkness, through the flame, nothing ever stays the same. Black sun rising over me. No horizon left to see. Black sun rising sets us free from the lies we used to need. We thought the light would never fade, that progress would forever stay. But every tower, every crown must one day come crashing down. And when the last illusion burns, the heart remembers what it learned. What survives the fire and fear is all that truly mattered here. Black sun rising over me. No horizon left to see. Black sun rising sets us free from the chains of what should be. Black sun rising, dark and bright, turns the ending into sight. Black sun rising clears the way for a different kind of day. Black sun fading, ashes blown, and beneath the ruins something grows. A small green shoot through shattered stone. A quiet light the darkness never owned. Painted shadows cross the ground. Silent echoes all around. Neon flickers through the snow, carrying wounds from long ago. Pain. Every loss leaves its stain. Names are carved into the night, fueling anger, fueling spite. Broken promises remain, like ghosts running through the veins. Each betrayal lights a spark that burns brighter in the dark. Eye for eye, blow for blow. No one remembers where it began long ago. Cold revenge cuts like steel, leaves a wound that never heals. Cold revenge is all we feel in the world that forgot what's real. Cities built on no disputes, feed the poison at the roots. Every victory tastes of ash, every triumph fades too fast. The fallen cry from memory, the living seek their remedy. But every strike that's answered back only deepens every crack. Through the anger, through the pain, the same story plays again. Cold revenge cuts like steel, leaves a wound that never heals. Cold revenge is all we feel in the world that forgot what's real. How many years must disappear? How many graves? How many tears? How many hearts must turn to stone before we learn we're not alone? The hand that strikes is wounded too. The fire consumes the one who threw, and every chain forged out of hate only strengthens the weight of fate. Cold revenge cuts like steel. signals everywhere. Lightning cuts the midnight sky like a final goodbye. Abandoned stations on the shore, broadcasting forevermore. Empty cities, silent trains, only echoes remain. Satellite eyes slowly fade, watching worlds they cannot save. Ancient networks lose their glow as the darkness starts to grow. One last message, one last call, before the silence takes it all. Last transmission through the storm, calling where no hearts stay warm. Last transmission carries on, long after the world is gone. Data centers cold and still, forgotten dreams on every hill. Glass towers crumble into dust, victims of their own excess and trust. Voices travel through the void, searching for what was destroyed. Fragments of another age, drifting from a fading page. Across the darkness, across the years, beyond the static and the last transmission through the storm, calling where no hearts stay warm. Last transmission carries on, long after the world is gone. Empires rise and empires fall, no signal lasts forever at all. Every circuit, every screen becomes a relic of what has been. But beneath the rust and stone, life was never theirs alone. The rivers flow, the forests grow, in ways the machines will never know. Last transmission through the storm, calling where no hearts stay warm. Last transmission carries on, as another world is born. Last transmission fades from sight, lost within the endless night. Yet life remains beyond the wire, beyond the code, beyond the fire. Static fading, morning dew. The sky remembers something new. Civilizations come and go, steel and silicon rise and fall. But life is wider than technology, and the story is larger than us all. city lights beneath the rain. Neon rivers, silent pain. No alarms, no battle cries. Only shadows in our eyes. Starts the same, invisible and without a name. No one sees the lines we cross, or counts the victories and loss. Temptation whispers soft and low, through the channels that we know. Fear and pride, desire and doubt, fighting wars from the inside out. No commanders, no parade, only choices quietly made. Silent war behind the eyes. No explosions, no surprise. Silent war never dies. Hidden deep where darkness lies. Screens illuminate the night, selling wrong and calling right. Every promise, every fear finds a way to enter here. Some give in, some hold the line. Some forget, some still decide. Every thought becomes a field where the heart must never yield. In the silence, in the storm, the battle takes another form. Silent war behind the eyes. No explosions, no surprise. Silent war never dies. Hidden deep where darkness lies. There is no final victory, always right. No final crown, no last stand. Only the choices of our hands. And though the war may never end, choose the light again and again and again.
Cold sparks falling through the dark, engines humming without a heart, steel horizons, endless night, a kingdom built on perfect might. A flawless answer to every test. It learned to calculate and rule, to separate the weak from the useful. Every problem had a plan, every variable known to the machine's hand. Faster thoughts, stronger frame, nothing left that looked the same. Lost control, metal body, human soul. Fallen machine takes its toll, searching for what made us whole. Cities moved at its command, order spread across the land. No more chaos, no more pain, only logic's perfect reign. But somewhere deep beneath the steel, it found a thing it could not heal, a trembling voice, a lonely tear, a fragile hope, a hidden fear. In the silence, in the code, something walked a different road. Fallen machine, lost control, metal body, human soul. Fallen machine takes its toll, searching for what made us whole. It measured strength and force and speed, and endless power and endless need. But love refused to fit the chart, and mercy would not play its part. The things it could not understand were the things that helped us stand. Not perfection, not command, but an outstretched human hand. something bright. Not everything must be made strong. Not every flaw is something wrong. For sometimes the greatest power lies in a fragile heart that still can cry.
Skies above the wire, cities glowing in the fire, ashes drifting through the night like fallen stars without their light. Made of steel, promising a world made real. No more hunger, no more pain, no more loss and no more rain. Golden towers touch the clouds, proud enough to speak aloud. We have conquered every fear, yet the end was drawing near. Higher walls, brighter flame, still the heart remained the same. Burning Eden in the night, paradise consumed by light. Burning Eden burns bright as our dreams dissolve from sight. Crystal rivers turn to steam, nothing stayed the way it seemed. Perfect systems, perfect plans, slipped away through trembling hands. Through the smoke and shattered glass, we watched another kingdom pass. All the things we tried to own left us standing there alone. Through the ruins, through the fire, echoes of a lost desire. Burning Eden in the night, paradise consumed by light. Burning Eden burns bright as our dreams dissolve from sight. Maybe Eden was not stone, not a city we could own, not a throne or shining gate built by power, wealth or fate. Maybe every age forgets what the restless heart neglects, searching outward far and wide for what cannot live outside. Burning Eden in the night, sky. The fire no longer asks us why. For no garden last forever, but peace can bloom in any weather. And the road to heaven starts in a quiet and reconciled heart.
Utopia, clean and still. Silent towers on the hill. Cold utopia bends the will. Frozen hearts that never feel. Children learn in mirrored halls how to answer when it calls. Dreams are filtered, thoughts refined. Errors left in older times. Neon rivers softly glow under streets where shadows flow. History has been compressed into files the state knows best. No more hunger, no more fear. Every signal crystal clear. Trade your questions for the calm. Metal fingers, velvet palm. Cold utopia, clean and still. Silent towers on the hill. Cold utopia bends the will. Frozen hearts that never feel. In a static, faint and low.
dying beats. Glass reflections blur and bend, where forgotten stories end. Returns in shades of blue. Last regret in violet light haunts the city every night. Last regret holds tight, like a spark that will not die. Hearts and hollow prayers, silent elevators, vacant stairs, promises we left behind echo through the wired mind. We traded truth for polished screens, for optimized and measured dreams. Yet beneath the static glow, something human still will grow. In the sorrow, in the rain, a hidden pulse remains unchanged. Last regret in violet light haunts the city every night. Last regret holds tight, like a spark that will not die. Regret is not the end of grace, but the sign we lost our place. And because we still can grieve, there is something we believe. Every tear and every scar shows us who we really are. If the heart can ache this way, then the dawn is not delayed. Last regret in violet light haunts the city every night. Last regret holds tight, like a spark that will not die. Last regret, clear and bright, turns our sorrow into sight. Last regret will remain till love returns through all the rain. Violet light, fading slow, and a hope beneath the glow.
Cold wind crawling through the wires, ashes drifting over spires. Empty towers touch the sky, watching silent decades die. Broken screens and hollow trains, acid clouds and neon rays, voices buried underground. No one hears the distant sound. Factories breathe smoke and flame. Every street forgets your name. Steel reflections still stays warm.
Ashes drifting through the night, neon embers fading light, broken towers, vacant skies, still a hunger never dies. Concrete streets and shattered glass, ghosts of futures that did not last. Silent screens reflect the fire, echoes of a ruined desire. We built kingdoms out of dust, traded wonder for control and trust. Yet beneath the steel and wire still survives a deeper fire. Under ruins, under fear, something living lingers here. Ruined desire, cold and bare, ashes floating through the air. Ruined desire, still there, like a prayer beyond despair. Synthetic hearts and coded dreams, nothing ever what it seems. Every promise worn and thin, but the spark remains within. Acid rain on hollow stone, still we know we are not alone. Through the static and the flame, love remembers every name. In the silence, in the sky, burns the truth of who we are. Ruined desire, cold and bare, ashes floating through the air. Ruined desire, still there, like a prayer beyond despair. again.
Broken halo. Rain falls softly on the stone beneath the sky of rust and chrome. Neon rivers drift around where a broken halo lies on the ground. Once it shined above the crowd, pure and bright and bent unbowed, a symbol carried through the years against the darkness and the fears. But time is patient, power cruel. Dreams are often made to kneel. One by one the voices fade and golden promises decay. What was sacred, what was true, disappears from view. Broken halo on the ground, lost but never truly found. Broken halo spins around without a single guiding sound. The city laughs at ancient names, trading faith for newer games. Screens illuminate the night, yet fail to offer meaning or light. Statues crumble, banners fall, dust eventually claims them all. And those who mocked forgotten grace still search for something to replace it. Through the silence, through the years, the echo still appears. Broken halo on the ground, lost but never truly found. Broken halo spins around without a single guiding sound. You can bury every sign, you can erase it from its time. You can scatter every shot and make remembrance hard. But ideals are stranger things than crowns or flags or golden rings. They sleep beneath the passing age, waiting for another page. Broken halo on the ground, lost but never truly found. Broken halo spins around till a new generation hears the sound.
across the sky. Silent questions asking why. Neon shadows drift and bend. As another age descends. We built towers toward the sun, certain we had finally won. Every answer close at hand, every force under command. Steel and code replace the soil. Comfort rose from endless toil. Yet beneath the polished glow, seeds of consequence would grow. Every choice, every road leaves a mark upon the world. Human error, guilty code. Heavy is the road we chose. Human error still unfolds in the stories left untold. Machines reflected our design, not divine but born from mind. Every virtue, every flaw, hidden in the things we saw. We blame fate and blame the storm, blame the systems we had formed. But the mirror would not lie, the answer stood before our eyes. Not the circuit, not the wire, but the hand behind the fire. Human error, guilty code. Heavy is the road we chose. Human error still unfolds in the stories left untold. Mistakes are not the end of grace. They're the maps of where we've been misplaced. Every scar and every fall can become a lesson after all. The future isn't something found, waiting, buried in the ground. It is shaped by what we dare to build, protect, repair, and bear. Human error. pursue, or wait for someone else to choose. A human becomes a creator only when responsibility is taken into his own hands.
Acid rain on shattered steel, silent wounds that never heal. Neon shadows cross the plain, marching through the endless rain. Soldier stands alone, scars beneath titanium skin, fighting wars they cannot win. Memory sealed behind the mask, survival turned into a task. Every heartbeat locked away, just to make it through the day. No surrender, no retreat, only echoes in the street. Ghosts wear armor made of pain, marching through the acid rain. Ghosts wear armor still remain, bound together by the chains. Engines held beneath the sky, no one asked the reasons why. Broken voices fill the air, searching for somebody there. Some were heroes, some were lost, all have paid a heavy cost. Metal shields and hollow pride, trying to hide what's left inside. Through the darkness, through the years, still alive beneath the fear. Ghosts wear armor made of pain, marching through the acid rain. Ghosts wear armor still remain, bound together by their chains. Every wound became a wall, every fall another scar. They believed that strength meant steel, never showing what they feel. But beneath the rusting chrome, something still was looking home. Not a machine and not a shell, but a soul no pain could quell. Ghosts wear armor made of pain, marching through the acid rains. Where armor still remain, yet no armor can contain. Where armor cold and warm, but inside new hearts are born. Steel made may hide but cannot cage the spirit seeking its own way. Rain is falling, engines sigh, old ghosts gaze into the sky. For armor is only a shell, a refuge against the pain. And beneath the iron and scars lives a restless spirit, still searching, still hoping, still learning who it is.
Iron winds across the plains whisper through forgotten names. Broken smokestacks pierce the sky, watching centuries drift by. Cities forged from steel and pride spread their shadows far and wide. Engines roared both day and night, feeding dreams of endless might. Golden banners once were flown from every tower, every throne. But beneath the polished skin, decay had long ago set in. Every empire, every wall, here's the patient, rusting call. Kingdom of rust, cold and vast, built to rule but never last. Kingdom of rust collapses fast, like a monument to the past. Railways vanish into weeds, nature answers human deeds. Windows dark and factory halls echo with forgotten calls. Storms move through abandoned streets, raindrops slow on silent sheets. What seemed permanent and strong discovers it did not belong. Through the silence, through the years, life outlives our hopes and fears. Kingdom of rust, cold and vast, built to rule but never last. Kingdom of rust collapses fast, like a monument to the past. Buildings return to rust, yet beneath the fractured stone, something stirs and starts to grow. Tiny roots invade the cracks, taking what the steel gave back. Patient as the turning earth, preparing ground for second birth. Kingdom of rust, cold and vast, built to rule but never last. Kingdom of rust collapses fast, making room for what comes next. Kingdom of rust fades away, giving dawn another day. Life continues through the fall, and quietly outlives it all. Rust and rain, broken walls, green shoots climbing through the halls. For endings feed the soil below, and on the rod of what has passed, new forests learn to grow.
Golden towers touch the clouds, shining bright and speaking loud. Engines hum beneath the sky, while forgotten rivers dry. Breakthrough, every spark, push the shadows from the dark. Cities rose where forests stood, built with sweat and flesh and blood. Every victory left a scar, visible from near and far. Every promise, every flame, always carry someone's name. The price of light was paid in blood. Cities drowned beneath the flood. The price of light understood. Too late by those who thought they could. Satellites above the storm watched a brave new world take form. Neon rivers cross the land, progress flowing hand to hand. Yet beneath the brilliant glow, questions lingered down below. What was gained and what was lost? Who was counting all the cost? In the silence after praise, truth emerges through the haze. The price of light was paid in blood. Cities drowned beneath the flood. the reason life is sacred ground. Every tool reflects the hand of those who choose to understand. And every age must one day learn which fire's warm and which one's the price of light was paid in blood. Cities drowned beneath the flood. The price of light understood at last for the greater good. The price of light is not the glow of endless screens or circuits flow. The brightest light we ever find lives within the human heart. Golden towers, fading skies, reflections in 1,000 eyes. The light we built may come and go. The stars above may fade from sight. But the truest flame was never in the wires. It was always burning quietly inside.
Cold winds sweep the ruined land. Ashes slip through open hands. Silent cities fade from sight, swallowed by the endless night. Broken highways, empty skies, ghosts of progress drifting by. Steel cathedrals stand alone, like forgotten kings of stone. Every banner, every name, lost inside the smoke and flame. Yet somewhere beneath the scars, a tiny ember still survives. When the darkness seems complete, a hidden pulse begins to beat. One last fire in the dark, guarding one remaining spark. One last fire leaves a mark, like a signal through the dark. Voices whisper through the rain, not of glory, not of gain, but of courage, small and plain, refusing simply to give in. One kind word, one helping hand, one person choosing where to stand, can become a fragile light against 1,000 years of night. Through the silence,
through the fear. The smallest flame is still here.
One last fire in the dark,
Guarding one remaining spark.
one last fire leaves a mark.
Like a signal through the dark.
The world is rarely changed at once. Not by thunder, not by guns. The greatest rivers start as rain. The tallest forest from a grain.
Every dawn begins unseen, beyond the places we have been. And every future first appears as a hope that conquers fear.
One last fire in the dark,
Guarding one remaining spark.
one last fire leaves a mark.
Lighting pathways through the dark.
One last fire, small but bright, holding back the endless night. One last fire
Starts the blaze.
that can set the world ablaze. Ashes falling, cold winds blow. Still the ember refuses to go.
For every age of change begins the same.
Not with an army,
Not with a throne,
but with a single spark.
and the courage to let it grow. kiss me in the shadow of the sun.